First, let's talk about what is fire. Fire is the result of a chemical reaction known as combustion. And for combustion to occur, you need 3 special ingredients. On their own, they might not seem like much, but when you put them all together, they form something completely new. These special ingredients are oxygen, fuel, and heat. Together, they form what's called the fire triangle. It's called the fire triangle because if we remove one of these key ingredients, fire can no longer exist and it'll put itself out. This is especially helpful to know once you've wrapped up, say, cooking your s'mores and you're ready to put out your fire. In order to do this properly, all you have to do is remove one of these key ingredients and the fire will safely extinguish itself. So, let's talk more about these ingredients. First, we mentioned oxygen. Oxygen is in the air all around us, and it works in combination with heat to fan the flame and build the fire that consumes your fuel. For this activity, we don't need to gather air simply because it's all around us. Next, we have fuel. Fuel, when it comes to campfires, is most commonly associated with wood. People have been burning wood, well, since the beginning of time, and it's been used to keep us warm, shed light, or cook our food. So, for this activity, our fuel will be a cotton ball. And lastly, we have heat. Heat can come from a variety of sources, say a match, a classic lighter, or in this case, we're going to be using something that's called a flint and steel. And this is probably one of the oldest ways man has been making fire. Through friction, we rub our steel against what's called a ferro rod, or a flint, and through friction, you create a spark, which will hopefully land on our fuel, in combination with oxygen, create a flame. For this particular activity, you should be able to find most of these ingredients laying around your house. Here I have a cookie sheet pan to catch and build our fire safely on, and you'll also notice I'm outside. Never do this activity inside. Some petroleum jelly, or Vaseline, and some cotton balls. If you don't have a ferro rod at home, that's totally fine. These are pretty easy to find at your local outdoor retailer or some major chains like Target or Walmart. First, what we're going to do is take our cotton ball. I've already actually done this, is pull it apart so it's nice and fluffy. It's a big cloud. That way we're allowing extra oxygen to penetrate inside our cotton ball and give our fire an extra chance to breathe and grow. Next, you're going to take some Vaseline. You can either dip your fingers or dip the cotton ball inside there and rub this all over with Vaseline until it's nice and sticky. After you've rubbed your cotton ball with Vaseline, go ahead and take a break to wash your hands. It's really hard to use your flint and steel with slippery fingers. So be right back, and I'll meet you after we wash our hands. Now that our hands are nice and clean, I'll show you how to properly use a flint and steel or ferro rod. First, you're going to want to hold your ferro rod tightly and firmly in one hand. Next, you're going to take your steel and you're going to line that up against your rod at about a 45-degree angle. And what I mean by is you don't want it resting completely flat, but you don't want it sitting straight up. What you're going to do is you're going to push down hard against the rod and push forward. And what you're doing is, again, you're using that edge to scrape against that rod and hopefully creating friction, throwing a spark to land onto your cotton ball. This takes a lot of practice. It isn't easy to do. So if you can't get it right away, don't sweat it. Odds are I probably won't either in this video. So, making sure everything is safe around you, you're going to go ahead, place your steel against your rod, and try to throw your spark landing on the cotton ball. Let's give it a shot. Like I said, not that easy. But with a little practice, some hard work, you can do it. So, now that we have our fire, it's important to know how to extinguish your fire. For this activity, we talked about that fire triangle and how to properly remove one of those ingredients. The fire will put itself out. If I was to let this burn until all the cotton ball disappeared, there would be no more fuel, and that way the fire would burn itself out. Let's say if I wanted to remove heat, what I could do is I could dump this water onto the fire, removing all the heat from it and extinguishing it. Lastly, what I could do, let's say I had a cap or a cover, is I could smother the fire by creating some type of seal around it, removing all the oxygen. And once the fire had used up all the oxygen, again, it would put itself out. Now that we've safely extinguished our fire, you can go ahead and clean up or get some more practice in. Either way, knowing how to start a fire has been at the heart of human culture for thousands of years. For early man, it was essential for cooking our food, staying warm at night, and helping protect ourselves from predators. Today, fire comes in new forms, whether that's heating our homes or powering our cars. Either way, whether it's today, at home, or in the backcountry, knowing how to build a fire is a valuable skill. Go ahead and get some practice in so you too can become a master fire builder.